Okay, good afternoon, everyone. We are delighted to welcome you to the third and last episode of this year's International Knowledge and Experience Sharing session entitled The Productivity Insights, Translating Ideas to Practice, organized by the Development Academy of the Philippines Center of Excellence on Public Sector Productivity, or the DAPCOEPSP. This knowledge and sharing session is an initiative of the Academy to provide a platform for organizations and individuals who have undergone capacity building programs under COE-PSP to share how their learnings have been translated into productivity initiatives to support and further develop public sector productivity. For today's session, we will be highlighting the project entitled Digital Productivity Infrastructure for Public Sector Productivity Improvement in India. My name is Meleva from the COEPSP, and I will be your host for this afternoon's sharing session. We would like to wish a good afternoon to all our participants joining us here today on Zoom. So hello and good afternoon to our friends from the DPWH Central Office, DOSTITDI, LGU Navotas, Ascot Baler Aurora, and the Philippine Competition Commission, and everyone else who is joining us today. So the Development Academy of the Philippines, or the COE and COEPSP, is tasked to promote the advancement of the public sector productivity movement in Asia and the Pacific region. Just a quick reminder, Productivity Insights is a 3-part series, and to receive your certificate of participation, you will need to attend at least 2 of the 3 episodes and complete the evaluation form for each session you join. So today we will learn about the digital public infrastructure and how it's improved the productivity of the public sector in India. And for our research speaker for this afternoon, he is an accomplished professional with over 17 years of experience in productivity improvement, monitoring, evaluation, and impact assessment of government schemes and programs in India. He is currently the Deputy Director for Agribusiness of the National Productivity Council under the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade and Minister of Commerce and Industry of the Government of India. And Dr. Lal has earned a master's and bachelor's degree in agricultural science from Rajasthan Agriculture University with a PhD in Science Policy from Jawaharlal Nehru University. He has published and presented widely on seed innovation, technology transfer, and public sector productivity, and is actively engaged in capacity building, policy analysis, and institutional development across India. In addition, he was once a participant in one of our capability development programs, the Development Sector Productivity Specialist course conducted last year in cooperation with the Asian Productivity Organization. His involvement in his program highlights their commitment to enhancing public sector productivity and developing specialized skills in this area. Today, he is joining us to share insights and experience on the transformation of governance through a digital workforce in his country, India. So without any further delays, let us welcome Dr. Barang Lal. So good afternoon, Dr. Lal. How are you?
Fine. Thank you, Mileva. Thank you, Ella, for coordinating all sort of this sort of episode, third episode. And good morning from India side. All the participants are participating from Philippine different institutes and organizations. I'm audible to all people, or I need to have to speak bit wider, louder.
You're audible right now, Dr. Lal.
Okay. So, audible. Thank you very much, and it's my pleasure to present in a such an addressing with the international participants from the Philippines and other participants maybe from India and some other countries. I just wanted to start the session with a very interesting point there. In the last year, uh, in the month of November, I was a part of this public sector productivity improvement training program, which is run by DAP and supported by APO, which is very interesting program. And most of the APO member countries are benefiting by this program. It's very useful and important for people's working not only in public sector, in private sector. I learned a lot of things in during my 2 weeks program at Philippines with their culture, how their their official culture over there, how people, beautiful peoples have different cultures, and the vastness of the country. And the second thing is basically India and Philippines have very close tie. In the last month, in June 2020, or last year, June 23, there was a collaboration between India and Philippines achieving the digital cooperation, which is basically the focus to promote financial inclusion to address the digital divide. Why? Because we have a unique identification system in our country. Similarly, Philippines also have similar own identification system over there. So that would basically we have similar sort of an initiatives, similar different type of the vast. India is also a larger country. Here, your country have lot of provinces, far flung location. So this particular um, topic is very important, and it's fit in that sort of this sort of 3 episodes which is run by Dev. Yeah. So
Uh,
today, third episode, we are going to discuss in half an hour um, on
um,
this.
Dr.
Mileva asked me to speak on the digital public infrastructure, how this particular infrastructure helps to the citizens, and how we can improve the performance of our governance system, and how we can improve our productivity performance. And so we identify this particular topic because digital public infrastructure, the infrastructure which is developed by is a built by the is a basically system and system in built, and the services, type of services we are providing to our citizens. And the why public? Because it's built and maintained by the public sector. So with this, I'll just going in the next slide there, sort of in a content outline of the program. And this is a national productivity organization. Mileva just a minute before, during the very interesting introduction, she tells about this is my organization. It's like DAP in Philippines, and National Productivity Council organization in India. And then we bit discuss on, because why I'm focusing on this particular point, because we are in sort of an APO member countries. So any researchers or any students or any university professionals or any research organization, industry organization want to collaborate with Indian counterpart, in that case, you can contact on our organizations or directly to me, as well as you can reach on our websites, or how we can, help in that sort of, this sort of. So this
Hi.
is just basically, I'm just, giving sort of, because this kind of program is important both of the countries. Then the digital public infrastructure and the overview of the e-office and e-HRM, which is adopted by our office, and why this particular public infrastructure matter, and what sort of the impact on the productivity. So this is a National Productivity Council. It's under the Ministry of Commerce Industry, and it's a more than 60 years old organization and member of Asian Productivity Organization. And we have all India presence, and do diverse sort of activity in many different areas, industry, service, and agriculture sector. And this is sort of an outreach, because this is in India. There we have 13 offices in different parts of the country, because we have sort of an outreach in our country. And this is our website, one can reach over there. Yes. So this is earlier, basically it's about the background of organizations where I'm working, and how NPC can help out. So our topic is basically what is digital public infrastructure. This basically a story gained at global and national level in the last 2 decades, and we have our own India's check there. You have all everything from identification to the payment system to the DigiLocker to document everything on a one place, and we successfully transform it. And we also 96.8% of Indian populations having digital ID, that we call it Aadhaar ID, and 73% the smartphone penetration in country. And therefore this sort of digital public infrastructure is important in that scenario. And it estimated that in 2030, the economic value of DPI will be going to be increased from the current level to 4.3%. So that sense, it's also contributing in our economic activity and the growth of the country. So this understanding on the digital public infrastructure basically a foundation for the digital system, and it provides sort of services like identifying payment system and data exchange, and it's very much accessible and secure. And third is the data interoperability, because it's a seamless, it built a seamless system for data exchange. And finally, it's a citizen-centric service. There we can provide faster, easier, and more transparent service to the citizens. And this is basically emerging a fundamental driver of the social progress. Next, please. And here we are in this presentation, we are basically discussing two initiatives by our office. One is EOPs and e-HRM, and then the third is NWR, basically its receipt system. So EOPs are the key intervention in improving the public sector productivity, especially for the government departments in India. Next, please. Here, why this sort of interventions we require our own system? Because there are multiple challenges are emerging in the public sector, and the demand of the public sector and the citizen demand is also increasing like anything, and lot of public involvement also there. So the what the public money, because there is no free money, all money belong to the taxpayers. In that scenario, it's understanding the misconception of the public sector. It's also slowing the decision making process for the citizen related services, and it's also the record that very important for the citizens, like birth certificate, admission, registration, payment system. So these are some challenges, few challenges I mentioned, and our target is to how we can improve these services for the public, and how reliable and timely, seamless service we can provide them, and how we can monitor the progress. Therefore, I mentioned two systems we adopted in different departments. Next, please. This is in a sort of our productivity target is basically what sort of the budget we are putting in that, and how it's going to utilize by, and then why, and how it can be effective. So the doing things right and doing the right things is very important for the societal productivity or the organization productivity, where we can we can have that measurable output. Next, please. So India adopted few key pillars, like one is Aadhaar. Initially I mentioned that it's basically a universal identification system. Around 1.4 billion in September 2010 have that Aadhaar issue, which is a unique identification number. There anywhere we can recognize particular individual, and then we develop our own UPI system, unified payment system interface, like this Mastercard and Visa card. So we have our own UPI system that is accounted 73% of the all the payments, retails and other payments are going through this purpose. It's own system by India. And then we have the digital locker system. So Aadhaar identification, UPI and digital locker, three things are simultaneously works, and that secure your information. So there is no sort of cyber security related attack on that. And there are other initiatives for other sectors also, like instant payment. I just give you mention that India is one of the the agriculture country. There a lot of subsidies going to the farmers, and a lot of other schemes are also running by different departments at the government center as well as the state. So I just mentioned PM Kisan, Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sampada, or e-Naam Agriculture Marketing Board. There they can online, they can have access and from the information to the payment system, and that ultimately objective to improve the governance, reduce leakage, and enhance the service delivery to the citizens. Next, please. Next, please. Yes. So there are some other few public sector productivity related interventions also adopted by government of India. There are common service centers are there. Then the unified mobile application for governance, Umang, is also there. Then e-district mission, because India have more than 700 districts, and so therefore 709 districts across the country. So, um, sorry, point is basically we have a wider and vast network of the digital public infrastructure in the country. Next, please. And this is important because it's building efficiency, automation process, and reduce bureaucratic delay in project approval. It also enhance transparency and governance system because our government target is to minimum government and maximum governance, minimizing leakage in public money and sort of leakage as well as some the corruptions also maybe earlier there, but now we have this direct benefit transfer system, Jan Dhan Aadhaar system. Their farmer or citizens, they can go direct benefit from the government subsidy program. Then the limited accountability mechanism, which also help in transforming the paper-based system to seamless paperless administration. I mentioned the maximum minimum governance, and this is how. And the cost saving, reduce paperwork and manual interventions. And it also provide inclusivity to the services from education to healthcare to agriculture, rural development, and community welfare. Next, please. So, if you go by specific case studies, there in case of the EOPs and e-HRM, in most of the government departments we have around 100 ministries and 100 central ministries and thousands of departments with different autonomous bodies, other organizations, academic institutions. So now most all the government departments are adopted EOPs because earlier the system is paper-based system. Now the challenges are to that we have to move from the promote the paperless office or minimum government and maximum governance, minimizing the document handling because most of the offices are files with many documents, and also it will take lot of time. So it will help in to reduce that process timing by the file from one desk to other desk and improve it, ultimately improve the productivity of the people working under the public sector. And it's also because it's an monitoring and transparent system. There you have monitoring system where you can track the files and records, so it also create transparency in system. So our objective in this particular episode is basically how we can scale up the productivity and how we can create efficiency in the public sector organizations and how we can speedily deliver the services and how we can monitor and how we can train our office and staff. Those are yet to be trained. So that sense, this e-office and e-HR are very important for improving the productivity. Next, please. So these interventions are basically EOPs is a digital creation. All that office staffs, they have their digital ID and digital is linked with your mobile data, your system, everything is mapped, and it's provide tracking and it's help into faster approval of the documents and files, project, whatever. And e-HRM 0.2 is basically online portal. This provide end-to-end services to their government employees across the department and ministries, and it also provide knowledge repository. Their centralized document storage system can be maintained, and it's also help in movement and tracking of the projects. And ultimately it's an automated workflow. If there is a less human intervention, that mean it really help into speed up the process, and it's a secure system. There the digital signature and digitally all the employees are digitally signatured, and it's also helping to analyzing the data and performance of the files. Next, please. So now you can see in that right side there is our this EOP's pictures. You can see this is sort of an digital system developed by Government of India and adopted by the most of the ministries and departments. And its ultimate target to transforming the governance through the digital workflow. Once you have everything digitally, then it can be flow smoothly, seamless, fast. Next, please. So here you can see the office management homepage. There it helps in this the central picture there. Everybody on the on board, and The information have to transform in real time information, realistic, because everybody have access of that system, and instant messaging collaboration with the other users, because everything is mapped in that system. So collaboration and networking and connecting with the other department office is not a big deal. And also helping the confidentiality and security, because now once we are moving the technology, we are taking technological advantage, it also have their own some sort of effect. So we are taking care of the confidentiality and security of the data information, and helps in the business security and flexible responsiveness of the employees. So that way, this system built on that format. Next, please. This is how this information knowledge management system managed. Like it's like in a blockchain system, that central repository, document repository is developed by different departments and ministries, different projects or whatever. There you have to maintain, and this is how informations like manual, circular, act, guideline, forms, policies, documents, files, and that is there in the system. So if you anything you require in that case, you can go in that site and you can click on that and you get information, and you can transfer or you can exchange the information wherever required, wherever your project's activity is going, you can directly connect with them. Next, please. This is my own, I just sharing with you my own e-office. There we have file management system, e-office reporting system, knowledge management system, employees master details, financial document, other forms. Also, you can see the notice board in your, like many office or most of the students, maybe many students are participating in the program from Philippines. So during the student days, you can go in that administration and see on what is there in the notice board, but now it's notice board on board. So you can see if there is a talk going on, if there is a meeting, if there is anything over there, you can simply click on that information in a same format you can find on your mobile or laptop or a computer, whatever. And you also have other informations like other department informations. You have some feedback, some training related activity, you can get it from that. Next, please. This is an e-HRM, automated workflow optimization. This basically purely for the employees in the government system. They have the dashboard and then the knowledge service, financial record, Aadhaar, property, service, circular system. Dashboard is basically containing a particular employee's all informations. And employee service, suppose in the for earlier slide I mentioned that anything relating to the citizen related project under your desk, you have to clear it within a time frame, because all the informations there is no need to take an, because in your work you have to do independently and forward it to your senior or wherever it required. So that is purely on the services related portal. In the department, people have to deliver their services on time in a transparent manner. This is for the employees, because that is for that work purpose. This is also many employees, they are taking leave. Suppose somebody is absent during that day. In that case, you not need to call your boss. You need not to. You simply connect with this data board, or it's this desktop or a mobile app or whatever you have. In that way, you can simply go in the employee service. There you can find all the related services like leave related, admission related, office related, medical related, travel related, anything you can find there. As well as your financial records. Suppose you are in a tour program or you are in some official training program, you are conducting any activity, you can simply put over there that information, uh, directly reach to your superior or wherever you require, and wherever is appropriate you can put on that simple on the click side. Then apart your annual progress and property, like now this is also a very important, because that way how people are to be accountable and vigilance about that system. So that way you can see your property details, other details, what sort of assets you have, and then your service record and service circular and that thing, everything on them, because it's a time very half an hour time we have a very limited time, so we have to cover in that only. Next, please. And third case, basically, I'm putting because India is one of union of the states. So we have 28 states in the country. So different states, this is a one state, Rajasthan. I belong to that particular state. So there, the state department have their own citizen service portal that is purely on citizen service portal. There all the services relating to the common citizen or industry, education, medical, police, security, land, revenue, anything. I simply give urban services. Suppose you are living in a Manila. In case of Manila, you need some sort of an urban services, like you want to purchase a house, so that department responsible, they can put information on that urban service related. You can click on the first one. There you can see this. There you can simply go in that. Similarly, I can say the boiler, like some boiler department, they want some permissions or operation related activity. So there are, like in department of college educations, there all the departments put their admission deadline, everything on that portal. So wherever you want to take admission, suppose you are living in a far-flung area or in a sub-island area, from traveling from that location to your destination is really difficult. In that case, you can simply go on that portal and you can file everything. You put your document, everything there. That complete screening will be happen over there, and then you get the message your admission is happened, or you got admission or not. If you got admission, then you can further process your fee, everything. Once everything be insured, then you can go over there and take admission. So this is a one interesting example. Similarly, in case of land related issues, their farmers, they have all the land related information, revenue detail on the portal. They want to take loan from the bank, or any, they want to take a credit from the bank, so they can put information in that portal through help of the, I earlier mentioned, common service center. If the illiterate people over there, they can go over there and ask for services. Next, please. This sort of intervention, these are few interventions. There are, yes. So there, you can see the impact of the productivity. Earlier, it will take a long time, at least weeks time to filing processing time. And there is also citizen chartered over also there. So you have to deliver service in a particular time. But now, because of these interventions, it's a days. Now it's a matter of days. You need not to wait for weeks time. Then it's also cost effective, because here earlier you have to move the papers and filing. So maintaining, getting paper, manufacturing paper, then getting paper on the table, and then transforming, maintaining paper, recording paper, it will take huge cost and also take a lot of time. Now it's reduced by 30%. And similarly, in the transparency, it also, because earlier in a paper you can manipulate any something, because paper found or you lost paper somewhere. But in case of this digital system, there is no sort of that sort of threat over there. So this you can see, because your file is standing with some particular officer or individual, then it also create a audit trail. There you can find, okay, this particular filing this particular person. So why you can always question to him. So 100% EOP is adopted by Government of India. Because of that, 70% past approval process happen nowadays. Next, please. And this is an impact of e-HRM on public sector productivity and e-office. There, earlier it will take 30 to 15 to 30 days time to long processing time, and it also processing time as well as the long time it will take. And also earlier the productivity is low, because if one person available in office, other is not available, and citizens are standing in queue, so ultimately there are three people are basically facing psychological burdens and administrative burden also in that case. So adopting these sort of digital services in India help in the productivity. India as well as in other country also help. So that way we improve the productivity and reduce the processing time. Please. Thank you. Next one. And there are, it's, if we talk about all the good things, there are some also challenges, because technology is something, technological advantage have some, always have risks. So we have to mitigate and minimize these risks. So one risk is basically urban. Still, there is a rural and urban, but I feel this kind of technology is definitely helping to gap or to fill up the gap between rural and urban. So it required deep internet penetration. Somewhere there is not proper broadband LAN services over there, so that we have to do. Data privacy is still there is a concern across the globe. Nowadays, we day-to-day newspapers or many informations on social media, we are getting that there are a lot of misuse of the informations, and cyber security risk is always there because hackers and because it's ultimately built on the this digital side, and interoperability because most of the some systems still working on the silo system, so they have to bring on board and work in the network. Next, please. So, what sort of interventions we as a participant, or we can as a practitioner or layman, we can take a lesson from this. The lesson is basically the new advance in government tech, especially we're talking about the government sector, and digital change are likely to further extend, and it also help into provide measurement opportunity in public sector. We can put this tracking and monitoring system on the people's working in the system, so they can how they can perform better. And second is it's allow the effective administration, how it's function on real time, is whether it's getting to revenue received to the state or relating to the any it's a whether it's a public transport system, you are riding in a city area, there have to find this thing or any other related, there you have some made some mistakes, so there for them it's easy to collect that fine system, and its frequency is very high because here the information is moving very fast digitally, and it's also helping to provide and get the relevant data for the administration to act effectively and enhance the measurement in the public sector. It generate environment which they're helping government overcome some of the initiative change typically associated with the public sector, and also it encourage the wider adoption of digital service among the whole society, especially in the community level. There uh, many peoples they need support from the government system, so they these kind of services, because once you have three identification system in place integrated, so they can right person can be benefit the system approach swiftly pursue definitely change in the current productivity. It's help in productivity improvement. It's machine and manpower related, we can improve this thing. Next, please. This is the digital era. E-governance is the linchpin for the transparent and inefficient and employees society. So this is how we can empower the society. Next, next please. So this is digital initiative by government of India, and is because different level government have the award system to promote digital product, how to improve digital productivity, and how we can build a secure and strong system in India. So they have digital award system at national level, state level, and different level to promote more awareness and more build the capacities and capabilities to provide better services to their citizens. Next, please. Thank you very much. Thank you for the participants, and thank you, Deb, allowing me to present sort of our office small case with you. If we have some sort of a learning each other, so that way some learning we can take away from this presentation, as well as we can learn from your past episode also. Thank you. Thank you, Maleva. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the informative presentation, Dr. Lal. So we have learned today that digital public infrastructure is an essential tool to ensure digital services are accessible to all and that data is handled securely. It also aims to provide us faster, easier, and more transparent services to citizens. So digital divide, data privacy, cybersecurity risk, and interoperability are some of the challenges in its implementation. And finally, New developments in GovTech and digital transformation are expanding opportunities for real-time detailed data collection in the public sector. So these advancements enhance performance measurement and create pressure to improve the service delivery and help address the common public sector incentive challenges. So I'm sure this topic is relatable to many of us, and I'm sure that there are many questions coming over. So let's take some time to address them. So we have here a question. This one, Dr. Lal, is how does DPI balance the need for digital innovation with the risk of excluding digitally marginalized populations?
Mileva, basic, see, these, Asian countries, especially East Asian, South Asian countries, their diverse populations are living, right? And people have, it's a nature also contributing in that. So people have marginal societies, they are living in different locations. So once you have your three things, digital identification, UPI payment mobile system, and DigiLocker system, once you record all these informations in one place, so if they require some government running some sort of a scheme to promote them, to develop, or they to want to improve their livelihood, or want to support especially someone whether working in an unorganized sector, or maybe in working in a work in an agriculture related area or in other area. So these, they need some sort of support, or like in case of the startup India, their young entrepreneurs are promoted by government of India. So that way you can directly, because of these services, you can directly get benefit from the state programs or schemes. So this sort of initiative is very useful for the marginalized section, and the this is very important to them to provide a right benefit to the right people in a right time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lal. So we have also a question from Jonna Malonzo from DepEd. So despite the development aimed at enhancing productivity, how can we ensure a data protection for the information collected from the innovations presented?
Sorry. One, can I see this question in the chat books or no?
I think it's in the Q&A. Let me send it to you.
Hold on, please. 1 minute.
So there, I've sent it to you and I'll just read it again. So despite the development aimed at enhancing productivity, how can we ensure data protection for the information collected from the innovations presented?
So basically your question, if I'm not wrong, you are saying basically how these sort of interventions, innovations can help in this.
Yes, and then how do we make sure that the data that you are getting from the innovations are still within the
So you're
private?
talking about the data security part, right?
Yes,
How that sort of informations we are getting,
yes,
whether it's
Dr.
secure
Lal.
or not. Yeah, interesting. Now, look at most of the countries, they want to create their own data system, own clouding system, and lot of innovations going in this particular, especially in IT area. Now we have this, interestingly, AI applications. What is happening? Most of the departments, they have multiple layers of the information with them. But now, through the advanced technology of information technology related technology, there you can secure information in your own system, and also apply different AI technologies, layering on that technology and data system. There you can promote and type of informations. There you can segregate informations and write information, whichever information which is important, which is for which purpose. So that way you can segregate informations and you can use information.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lal. So we have another question. It's on What systematic strategies or change management practices have supported the swift rollout and scaling of the DPI across public sector levels?
Systemic strategic, what strategies you are asking?
Yes, or the change management practices that has supported the swift rollout and scaling of the DPI across yung different public sector levels.
1 minute. Despite the development aimed by enhance, 1 minute, I can just. Yes. Despite the development aimed enhancing productivity, how can ensure data protection information collected from innovation presented, right? What systematic change management practices have supported the swift rollout and scaling of DPI across different public sector levels? Yes. In India, Department of Information Communication Technology is a main central department there. So they and the different ministries and different departments they have their own data system. So one all the departments they have their own sort of digital public infrastructure. That infrastructure basically promoting that particular department's schemes and program to their beneficiary, their concern with the ministries. Like in case of industry department. So in case of industry, wherever is a government suppose running some sort of an promotional scheme. So for that purpose, the public sector infrastructure built under that ministry and department that is basically dedicated to the particular industry for a particular sector. So that information only scaling up that particular area. Similarly, in other department like in agriculture, like in food processing, like in science and technology, that way the strategic approach, different strategic approach, or that sort of a change help into slowly scaling up the DPI in different sectors and ultimately that way at national level. Suppose in the central level, different like we have more than 80 ministries in our system. So suppose Prime Minister want to progress all the departments and ministries. So different dashboard, different ministries, different setups over there. So that way he can have look on all the departments and ministries, concerned ministers, concerned departments. This is what progress in this particular area. So that way we can and enhance their outreach in across the different public sector departments.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Lal. Now we have another question. This is with regards to hacking. So what mechanisms do you use in safeguarding all the data you gathered, especially when a hacker tries to hack your system? So has this incident ever happened to you?
No, not at all. But yes, it's a threat to all of us because it's a technology. So technology always have their good sides also, and it's a continual process. It's a incremental sort of innovations. Wherever we find some glitches, we have to improve, work upon that.
Okay, thank you so much. We have another question. This one is, because of the DPI that resulted to increased productivity, what is the effect of the manpower requirements and did it reduce?
Manpower definitely because it's manpower they got skill sets. Because earlier the manpower there because suppose new manpower new interns are coming in department, so they can train in different way. But existing manpower they got training from them, they equip themselves, they build their skill sets. So that way it's a clear cut impact on their skill set and competencies, and now they are delivering it and helping in the productivity improvement. Earlier, the same manpower is there. They are sitting with that file because the filing and approval process is not seamless.
So for our last question, it's on looking ahead, how can other developing countries learn from India's DPI-driven productivity transformation?
Now, see, especially in the DPI area or digital information or digital missions, India make a good India make a good progress in this particular area, and India definitely helping with the other country, collaborating with many developing countries in the South Asia, East Asia, Africa, many regions. There we can providing sort of the services which is relating to the hardware as well as software. Especially in digital, you need two kind of things. One is you need hardware. Second, you need software and the trained skilled manpower. So India is helping in three front, providing wherever the hardware system or installation or infrastructure building require. Government of India have collaboration with them, and especially in the software area, there whatever we can provide, how we can extend our services, how we can whatever our milestone we have achieved, especially in the own ID system, UPI system, different the mobile system. There we have security and we have proper information transferring to them, and that's the same thing we can sharing with the other countries and how they can benefit from. And the many countries they have their sort of experience where how they can customize sort of information we require from our side. We are helping them one in the digital side. Otherwise, other is basically India is made a good progress in the especially in the space satellite system. There the information they require different the data transfer related information they we are also helping with the countries. So our is basically Vasudev Kuttagam. We, well, world is one, and one all four. They have to work in to progress. All the progress they have to move together. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lal, for accommodating our participants' question. And thank you to everyone who sent their questions. And that is all the time that we have for today. And we would like to express our gratitude to Dr. Lal of the National Productivity Council of India. And thank you for sharing your expertise and valuable insights with us. And we are pretty sure that our viewers learned a lot from you today. And thank you very much. So for any burning questions that we have, we'd be happy to relay them to our expert. And then please email at us capdev.coepsp@tap.edu.ph, and then we will ensure your inquiries are addressed. And thank you very much and have a good day, everyone. So see you in our next webinar. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.